Good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cynthia. In today's tutorial, I'll be drafting a madam blouse, okay? And this madam blouse is an updated type of madam blouse, alright? And I'll also be showing you how to do the sewing, how to sew it. You know how we do it here. Alright, I know some of us are expecting to see the sewing aspects of the conical corset. I'll be uploading that soon. Conical corset is not just what you just start sewing and finish like that. And remember, this season we have a lot of work in our hands, and so because of that, I have to sheet the sewing. But because I need to post every week, because I want to teach you guys every week, that's why I'm doing it. So you're going to bear with us, but we are going to be posting the words, the conical corset. Alright, if today is the first time of coming to this channel, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the family. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for returning back to always watch our video. Alright, I folded my paper into two because I want us to really understand this very well. Alright, I'm working with measurement of 27 here. Ordinarily I'm supposed to open up the paper, but because I want to understand it, so I'm going to stop where the paper stopped. Alright, I'll stop where the paper stopped, and then when I'm cutting the fabric, I'll add up the remaining allowance. Okay, so from shoulder to my armhole, I have 8.5. From there to I have 10 inches for my bust point. The underbust I'm working with is 15, and then the waist I'm working with, you count 3 from the 15. 1, 2, 3 here, and the length is 27 inch is my length. But because we don't have enough paper, I'll stop it here. So I'll just draw all my horizontal line. So we have the length and so on and so forth. So we have the armhole here, bust points, underbust, waist, and then the hip is somewhere around here, and the remaining ones, legs. Alright, so the person I'm working with, her pulse is 45.25, is the client, 45.25. So her nipple to nipple, I'll be using 5 inches for the nipple to nipple. So now, the picture you are seeing now is the type of blouse I'm making. Alright, now to make that kind of blouse, you have to look for the silhouette, that is the background of the words, of what the original person used. Now you can either go for a shoulder dart bustier or for a princess dart bustier. Then that is, it all depends on what you want to use, either shoulder dart or a princess dart. For me, I'll be using a shoulder dart for this particular bustier. Alright, shoulder dart bustier, that's what I'll be using for this particular madam blouse. So whichever one works for you, it can go. Alright, I'll be making this plain, and then I'll be doing fabric placements on my on my madam blouse. So I'll be showing us all the process. So this week we'll be doing the cutting, next week we'll do the sewing, and the last week will be the fabric placements. And after that, by then our conical corset will be ready, and then we'll post the video. Alright, let's keep watching. Now for the shoulder I'm working with shoulder of 8.5 after I finish dividing, and then I'll add extra ½ inch, giving me 9 inches. So the shoulder we're working with is 9. So I'll connect it this way. I'm not putting my armhole line first. Now I'm going to take a basic neckline. I'll just use 4 inches here, and I'll put 3 inches here. Now this neckline is optional, okay? It's optional. Just a basic neckline so that I can get my shoulder dart. Now whatever is remaining now, you're going to measure. So the distance from here to this place is 6 inches divided by 2. We have 3. So now this 3, I'm going to connect it to the bust point. This is the bust point. So let's connect. So it's connected. Now I'm going to come to the underbust, which is around here. For this fellow, I'll be using 2 inches here for her underbust for the dart. And then here, I'll be going with 0.75. So I'll carry it down. And here I'll carry this one down too. And then I'm going to make use of my French curve. But before I do that, I will be coming down here with 1.25. Alright? And so I'll now put all my curve. Now, whatever I have here, I'm going to input the same thing on top, on this part, 2 inches. And then I'll come to this part, I'll be taking 0.75. Alright? So whatever you have on this part, you put the same thing on there. Depending on the bust size you are working with. I'm working with a very big size. Alright? So in case you are finding it difficult to work for a bigger size, this is your what? Your day of escape. Alright, and today is a beautiful Sunday. I want to ask us, hope you all went to church today. Alright, there's still time. Depending on when I posted this, please make sure you take Jesus Christ seriously. Take God serious. He's going to change every course of your life if you do. Alright, so this is it here. So you can just go ahead and smoothen it. If you think what you got didn't like it, I think mine is okay. Just try smoothing it. So this is it now. Now we are through with the dart. This is just it. Alright. Now it's time to impute back all the darts. Now I'll come to this part. The dart I collected there was 3 inches. What you do is from the distance from here to here, share it into 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. Now we'll check what we have here. 3 inches. Now add it back to that your shoulder line. Okay? Then come to the second part. We have 1.5. Now add it back. Alright? Now come to the last part. We have ½ inch. Add it back. Now this line will now make up a new armhole curve. Okay? Now I see what others they do online. It's also correct. You can make use of that one too, but this is just it. Instead of cutting your paper, cutting and getting confused. Alright, so here I'm now going to impute my armhole. So you can now put your words, your armhole. So put in your armhole. Alright. So this is it. Okay. Now I would want my bust to curve more a little. So I'm going to be putting a bust dart, a side bust dart. So you're going to come to this part, depending on what you need. I'll be using 1 inch, okay? So I'll be connecting it this way. But this is, you should do this after you have finished taking your measurement. But no problem. There's no cause for alarm. So I'll connect it to the bust. Okay, we have a new bust point. Sorry about that. This is the new bust point. I forgot to say. This is the new bust point. Forget about this line, okay? Forget about the line. This is a new bust point. So we are putting it on the new bust point. So I'm supposed to do it on the new bust point. Come down with 1 inch. Alright? So you connect on the new bust point, which is somewhere around here. So forget about this. Alright, so this is it here. Now I'm going to take all my measurements. The bust I'm working with is 45 divided by 4. I have 11.2. It's here. So I'll be putting 3 inches for my allowance, and then just 3 inches for my allowance, and then I'll come. There's no dart around the side. I'll come to the underbust. The underbust I'm working with is 40.5. Now 40.5 is 10.125. So I'll take it here, and then I have like 3 inches for that here, and 3 inches for what? Allowance. And then we come to the waist. This is a blouse. The waist we have is 46 divided by 4, we have 11.5. So we take it here, we put back the dart and our allowance. And then we come to the hip. The hip I'm working with is 49.5. Now the 49 is 12.5 is 12.3. So I'll take it here, I'll put my 3 inches and then 3 inches for what? Allowance. Okay, I like putting length of allowance because of my beginners, alright? So that somebody will not cry at the end that I did not know my this thing has finished. So I'll just carry it off, okay? Just carry it off. Just carry it. I know it's much. You're going to trim while you are sewing. Like I said, as a beginner, you trim it while you are sewing. So this is your shoulder dart. Alright? Now for the slope, what we do on the slope part is when I am sewing, I trim. I'm going to show you how to do this. Alright? I'll show you how to do this so that you will be sewing your clothes easily and not always getting frustrated after you finish cutting your madam blouse. So this is it with the madam blouse. So now what I'm going to do is this. Like I said, always take this when you have measured, when you have taken your final measurement. So I'm going to extend this to this part, and this comes to this part. So we are going to just cut it out now. Yes. What about the neck part? Now this neck part will be all done. By the time we are through with all our joining. The reason why I want you to do it this way is because I wouldn't want you to cry when you finish sewing your clothes. Maybe you've forgotten the style, you not do that. But with this now, there's no way you forget. So that when you are sewing, you cannot bring your phone to check the style you were sent to, so that you know how to cut it. It is better off doing it this way. I must tell you, I've tried a lot of ways. This is the best way I work for. Alright? I don't like doing my final cutting on the table. I do it while I'm enjoying it. Alright, so there's nothing to worry about, because I'll take you through the process of the joining. So let's cut this now. If you look at this part, sometimes you finish sewing clothes, you discover that this side, the way the side is too long and it's having this bulge and folding on your blouse. You don't want that. Alright? Now it all depends on who you are working for. Okay? Now you wouldn't want that. Okay, so I'm going to put it this way so that it will help to reduce this area. That's the reason why I did it. Alright, so this is how I do my blouses. So at the end of everything, you don't have bulges on the side. Okay, so I'm going to tape it this way. So this is for what? This is a shoulder that was too. So let me take this one. Place this one on top. Now I will know what to take. That to be equal. this is it here. This is it here. All right, so now let's go to the back immediately. So like I said, you can use the shoulder dart bust here. You can also use a princess dart. Moving on, this is what's for the back part. Now I have the armhole, bust points on the bust, waist, hip, and then our allowance. Okay, this is a zip waist allowance. Now I have a zipper allowance of 2 inches. All right, so this is where our shoulder starts. Okay, I'm sorry my markers are not showing very well. I don't know the marker is finished here, but I'm going to try to make us understand. Okay, moving on again. The next thing you have to do is to put your nipple to nipple line, which is, remember the first one, the front, it was 5 inches we used. So 5 inches. I'll be using this biro to mark so that the marker can last. Alright, hope you can see it. So this is it now. Now to do this, I'm going to come to the waist part. I'll take ½ inch on both sides. Now it all depends on kind of back you want, okay? Because you want this blouse to fit very well. So here I am going to mark, take it to the what? So meet the bust point, and then this part too. I'll do the same thing here, and then I'll come to this part. I will also do the same thing. I remember, mind you, I said this blouse I'm making, the length is around 27. So by the time I join this, here will be very long. All right. Okay. Now, once I do this now, I'm going to put the neckline I want. So I'm going to use 2 inches here, and then we use 3 inches for the width on the front part. So I'm putting the same 3 inches. So here I'll connect too, but I'm not putting the neckline. I'll trim. I'll do it when I am when I'm sewing it. Now I'm still going to use a shoulder dart, but this time I'm going to use a basic shoulder dart. Now I'll come to the shoulder. I still have 6 inches divided by 2 is 3. So I'm going to connect it this way to the bust point. This is the basic shoulder dart. All right. So I've connected. This is a basic shoulder dart. You don't need much. So because you're going to be opening up this part, all you need is to add ½ inch here. It's just only ½ inch you need to add. Okay, ½ inch. So just add ½ inch back, and then I'll connect it back, and then I'll just go in with my armhole. So the front and back is not the same because the front has bust, the back doesn't. So this is for the what? For the upper side, and this is for the waist side. Now I don't want to end it here because I want to prevent, apart from preventing this side, I'm going to be putting that line on this side. Apart from preventing this side, I want to also prevent the zip bulging on this side. For this part, now you know that the back, the front is usually longer than the back. So I can always now since our measurement is 27, and then because of the 1 inch I removed here, if I remove that 1 inch, I'll be left with 26. So which means the back, I'm going to just cut it to 26. No need of doing the dart here. If I put that bust dart on the back, it's going to affect my work. So I'm not putting the bust dart. All right. So all I need to do is just to minus 27, minus 1 from 27, 26. So at the end, my blouse length is 26 for the back. All right. It's going to correspond. Now, but I still want the zipper area to shrink, because I wouldn't want my customer is wearing her clothes and the back is bulging, coming out like normal business. So how do I do that? I'll come to the waist part, all right, which is here. I'll take half inch on both sides. Now I'm going to connect it this way. I've taught this a lot in other courses I did. So, and then I'll take it straight, since it's a zipper straight. So now, before we start, I'm going to take my measurement. These are the measurements you need now. All right. So now I am going to measure. The bust I'm working with is 45 divided by 4. Now avoid your zip allowance. Do not go there. Okay. Now we have 11.25. You see, we are measuring from this part, not from the zip. So I'll put it here, and then I'll add my 3 inches allowance, exactly what I have on the front. Then the other bust I'm working with is 40.5, so it's 40.12. So I'll put it here. There's a little allowance here of half inch. We add it back, and then 3 inches for what? Our allowance. And then I'll go to the waist. The waist is 46 divided by 4. So I have 11.5, which is somewhere here. I'll put it back. You have 1 inch that's here already. You add it plus was 3 inches. And then we'll go to the hip. The hip is 49. So I have 12.3. 12.3. So we add it here back. Just a little half. Okay. And then we have our 3 inches. So I'll just go straight with it. Alright. Just go straight with it. We'll do these trimmings while we are closing up the clothes. So there's nothing to worry about. We do the trimming when we are closing up the dress. Now, what do we do now? I'm going to go ahead now and start cutting all these parts so that I can close it all back. So first of all, let's do this dart. So I'm going to go ahead and cut here. Go straight and go this way. So I'll make sure I don't cut everything. Alright, so I'm opening it up since it's a zip allowance. Now I'll use one to give you an example. So just keep one aside. Let me show you an example of what I'm saying. Now to do this, the same thing you did on that side, you carry it up this way. Alright, so I'm going to tape it now. So this is it. This is how I do my own. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead now and cut. One side of the back. Now, if you are sewing this part, you have to be very, very careful so that it doesn't bring out a bulge like a bust. Alright, that's very tricky on this part. Alright, so this is it here. So this is it for my shoulder dance. This is the back. You can see. The neck, I'm going to put the neck when I am what? When I've joined this part. For now, I don't know the neck I want to use for now. Okay, so when I'm ready, I will know what to use on that part. So this is it, but you can go ahead and put any neckline of your choice. But the reason why I say wait first is because of the front, so that it correspond with both the fronts. Alright, so this is it here now. Alright, so far, if our tutorial was very helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will be meeting you again next week when we will be sewing this. Like I said at the beginning, I said we will be sewing it by next week. Yeah, I'll be sewing it by next week, and then by upper one we'll be doing the lace placement, because I want to carry you through. As it is now, very soon now it's going to be August meeting, and people will be bringing blouses for you. You need to upgrade, right? Upgrade the way you sew your blouses, especially your beaded lace blouses. All right, I'll be showing you how to use your beaded lace blouses so that you will stop using hammer to spread people's clothes. Stop using hammer to spread people's clothes. So I'll teach you how to do your lace placement on your blouse. Okay, so that when you come out, when you finish sewing, your customer wears it. They won't see anywhere where they do hammer. All right. Okay, so please subscribe, share, like our video, and I'll see you again in my next video. I love you all. Bye bye.